Hi everyone, I'm Frida and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I made this filigree enamel hummingbird pendant. First, I started with drawing my design. I usually draw my designs on tracing paper because I can copy them easily, and if I have to correct something, it's easy to do so. After that, I glued my design on a copper sheet and I cut out the outline of it with my saw. I also texturized the surface of the pendant. I almost always do this step because I really like when the texture shows through the transparent enamels at the end. I domed the pendant to prevent warping and also to give it a nicer look. The next step was sifting counter enamel on the back. I fired it off camera and I pickled it to remove the oxides from the front of the pendant. Now it was time to sift the front with clear fuse. After the sifting, I fired it with my torch. I'm firing this for pretty long time because oxides develop on the surface of the copper and I wait until the oxides dissolve in the clear fuse. I needed a break here and the best way to relax, for me at least, to have a cup of tea. This is jasmine tea I'm making here, and until it steeps, I'm going to go get back to work. This is a filigree enamel project I'm making here. That means that I'm using filigree wires instead of cloisonne. Filigree wires are two wires twisted together. These wires are going to separate the colors. I'm forming them with pliers and a tweezer to follow my design. I'm using fine silver wires and I'm also going to use some copper wires too. I think it's going to look really interesting to combine the two types of wires. I'm putting the wires directly on the surface of the pendant and I'm using glue to secure them until the next firing. Here I would like to ask you to support me on Patreon so I can make more interesting videos in the future, or buy me a cup of coffee. The links are going to be in the description. When I finished with the wires, I waited the glue to dry and I torch fired it. It's time now to check on my tea and go outside a little bit and have a tea break. While I was outside drinking my tea, the pendant was soaking in pickle because I wanted the copper oxides to be gone from the copper wires. I rinsed it with distilled water and it was time to apply the colors. I wanted a green hummingbird, so I've chosen all kinds of beautiful green colors. I'm using a paintbrush and a scraper to get these enamels in between these cells. I apply these enamels wet. The water helps to transfer the enamels in between the cells. These enamels don't dissolve in water, though the consistency of them reminds me of wet sand. Did you know that hummingbirds symbolize healing, good luck, positivity, joy, and happiness? Hummingbirds are one of my favorite birds. Which bird is your favorite? When I was done with the colors, I waited the enamel to dry and I fired it with my torch. Here I would like to say thanks to my patrons for the support. I really appreciate you guys. This is how it turned out. I have a playlist on other filigree projects. I'm going to put the link in the description. Check it out if you're interested. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please like, share my videos and also comment on them. This is it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!